paid attention to understand how cryptocurrencies or digital currencies or even blockchain and all of these words that people are using up and down, how it can affect your business sector, how it can affect business operations, how it can affect the economy and all of that. And every executive in this age, every entrepreneur in this age, you need to know how cryptocurrencies, you need to know how blockchain technology can affect your sector, can affect your business operations, can affect the economy where you're a player. And that is why we added this particular session, and we're excited to have Mr. Rimsky, who is a crypto guru. This guy is, in short, he's a principality as far as this blockchain and digital currencies are concerned. So dig deep into this guy as much as you can. And I would strongly encourage connect with him after this, because these are some of the people that are 10 years ahead in terms of certain key sectors like digital currencies or fintech technology and all of that. All right, so let's get straight to business and welcome Mr. Cho Rimsky.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm so excited. Thank you very much, my brother, Joybed. It's always a great pleasure being part of your greatness and being contributing to the great knowledge base. And thank you each and everyone here for being in this class and for being available to listen to this this topic today. I am, like Mr. Joybeg rightly said, I am Cho Rimsky, the crypto guru. So today I'll be talking about cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. So please, I'd like each and every one of you to be very attentive so that you should have a lot of questions to ask me after this, probably even in the question and answer session or after the class. Okay, let's just jump into it. The first thing in the society let me kick off with a short story. I was in India, and when I came to Cameroon to set up my startup, actually, these scam companies had just looted away with so much money from the Cameroon society in name like Bitworld and many others, in the name of cryptocurrency, in the name of blockchain, in the name of Bitcoin. And what I realized is that got people scared, but no one really knew what was happening. People were investing money into things that they don't understand. So I made it my mission to educate as many people as possible on this technology so that each and everyone can benefit actively or passively without actually risking that much. So, introduction to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. A cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange that uses cryptography to secure its transaction, to control the creation of additional units, and to verify transactions of assets. This definition is direct from Wikipedia, which is one of the most accurate ways to actually define cryptocurrencies. So these are digital forms of money which have value, and that value can be exchanged or transferred from one person to another. So this form of money, it has no barrier, it has no limits, no physical limits. You could be in any other part of the world, let's just say in the North Pole, and you send any amount of cryptocurrency to Africa, let's say to Cameroon, in no time. So it's that easy, that fast, and most importantly, very secure. So Thomas Kappa, the US senator, once said, virtual currencies, perhaps most notably Bitcoin, have captured the imagination of some, struck fear among others, and confused the heck out of the rest of us. It captured my imagination in 2012 when I first got into the cryptocurrency. I actually got, I saw an opportunity, not only for the world, but especially for Africa, who was being in bondage, especially in the financial bondage for a very, very long time. And this technology has that capacity to take us out of that bondage. And you would understand what I mean by the end, before the end of this session. Next slide, please. Hello, Mr. Joybert, please, next slide. Okay, thank you. Okay, the first thing is, most often, no matter how, like it's usually said, no matter how much money you give to someone with a poor mindset, the person will actually not know anything to do with that money, or that money might end up killing the person. So there is one very, very important thing to first know about blockchain and cryptocurrency, which is having a certain mindset of this kind of technology. So the first thing that comes to your mind when you should think about blockchain is security. So there is security at different levels. There is security in the flow of information. There is security in the storage of information. So anything that has to go through blockchain technology is very, very secured. So number one, cryptocurrencies are secured, but the way you invest into those cryptocurrencies are that's what makes it risky. The kind of cryptocurrency you invest into is part of the risk, but anything under the technology, under the blockchain technology, is secured by default. So another thing you should have in your mind, or in the back of your mind when thinking of blockchain and cryptocurrency, is immutability. When we talk about immutability, we're talking about the fact that no one can actually change any information on the blockchain technology. It means anything that's running in terms of cryptocurrency, which is running on the blockchain technology, it cannot be modified. For example, I'd like to take this example. If we implement the blockchain technology in our votings, the fact is we're going to have an accurate result, because any information that gets into the system and goes out, the results that comes out from that system cannot be frauded. It's impossible. So when you have this at the back of your mind when doing anything and you think of the blockchain technology, you should know that it cannot be modified. Any information on the blockchain technology cannot be touched. Okay. Then we talk about transparency. There is transparency. The transparency here is on the blockchain technology, most of the information is available to the public. Especially, there are two types of blockchain. We have the public blockchain and the private blockchain. The public blockchain is where every information that goes into the blockchain is available for everyone to see. And you would see that on the blockchain explorer. Every transaction that's been carried out on the blockchain is visible on the blockchain explorer. If you move, let's say 1 Bitcoin right now from one wallet to another, you would obviously see that transaction on Blockchain Explorer, which is visible for everyone. But The thing now is you would not know exactly from where the transaction is leaving from and to where it is heading to, but you will be completely aware of the fact that a transaction has been moved. That record stays there forever. It cannot be modified, so it would never change. Then we have the aspect of distributed. Most often we mix up this word distributed and decentralized, but they both work together. When we say distributed, it means you have one information on millions of devices, computer devices. Because what is a blockchain? A blockchain is just, it's a record on multiple devices, which is being encrypted by the cryptographic encryption. So when this information is on multiple devices, even if one device gets destroyed, that information can never get lost. And it's impossible to actually destroy all devices in the world on which the blockchain technology is running on. So you see that in this distributed, the way this technology is made in such a way that it's impossible to actually hack the system, change information on one computer and expect it to be changed on every other computer. So if there is any modification that's been done on the blockchain, it has to be validated by every other device on that network. That is one of the uniqueness of this technology. That is one of the reasons why it's impossible to hack a blockchain technology, especially as of now. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, like I was saying, the blockchain is shared public ledger on which the entire Bitcoin network relies on. When I say blockchain is shared ledger, like I said, is just a record of information. What happens is we have a ledger where every transaction is being recorded on. And before a new block gets created, information of the previous block and the direction to where the transaction is going has to be registered. And every device on that network has to validate that that transaction is valid. It means the source of that transaction is legit and the direction to where it is going, it's good. So every transaction that happens on the blockchain is being recorded on a ledger. And that ledger is being distributed on a network, which that ledger now is encrypted. So it is that encrypted network that is called the blockchain. Okay, all confirmed transactions are included in the blockchain. Bitcoin wallets can calculate their spendable balance, and new transactions can be verified to be spending Bitcoins that are actually owned by a spender. So each time a transaction is being carried out on the blockchain, let's say a Bitcoin transaction is being carried out, it means one wallet has to be debited before I go into wallets. Wallets are just softwares that carry your Bitcoin value. Okay, so each time you're transferring your Bitcoin value from one wallet to another, first, the source where your Bitcoin is living from has a signature. Okay, and where it is going to, it's going to create a new signature. It uses the previous signature and the wallet address of the new blockchain wallet in order to create a new signature. So each time a new transaction is being carried out, validation is required. So all these nodes, we call them nodes, all these devices, we call them nodes. on this network have to verify that obviously this transaction that is leaving from this wallet to this other wallet is valid. It has a trace. It can be traced from the previous transactions that already happened on that network. So it is impossible you could fake one device, but you would not fake all the devices, information on all the devices on the network. So it is still impossible to hack a blockchain technology. This information is actually put together in order to give you a mindset when you're going into everything. You should always consider that in some very, very soon in the nearest future, you would actually get involved into cryptocurrency or using blockchain solutions, because governments already are going into it. We have central CBDs, which are the central bank cryptocurrencies, which governments are going into it. We have the USD version. Now we're having the e-Naira, which is coming up. We have the e-Yan, which was developed, which was out in the market a year back. So we're seeing that the world is moving to this direction. And for us to be well prepared, we should not be surprised. You shouldn't be selling some articles or you're doing your business, and because you don't have the knowledge of cryptocurrencies, then you refuse to accept payments in cryptocurrencies, you would actually be losing. If a customer comes and the customer has just Bitcoin, you should be able to accept that because you know that it is legit, and you also know where you can convert that Bitcoin back to CFA. So it's very, very important you get acquainted to this kind of technology. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. Now, how does the blockchain works? How does it work? Someone who has a wallet, we have different kinds of wallet. We have cold wallet and we have hot wallets. Hot wallets are online wallets that you can, for example, mobile wallets and desktop wallets. Those are hot wallets. While cold wallets are wallet that you use offline. It means you store your public key. You store your private key in this wallet, and each time you want to access your wallet, you need your public key and your private key in order to access your wallet. So on this cold wallet, it stores your private key, and you can always access your wallet anytime with your private key and your public key. So a wallet makes a request for a transaction. That request comes to the node. When it comes to the node, the nodes have to validate. They have to validate, means there is a node that has to pick up that transaction, make sure that that transaction has a source, which is a print, and it also has a destination. When it has a source and a destination, now that node is able to create a new node, which is now a form of validation of that transaction. So when the new node is created, it means that transaction has been validated. Once verified, the transaction is now combined with other transactions on that network. Then a new block is being formed. So this is how blocks are being formed on the blockchain network. You need the source or the print of the previous transaction, and you need the wallet address of the destination transaction, where the transaction is leaving from and where it is heading to, in order to create a new block. So you use the information of the previous transaction and add to the wallet details of the destination. Then it creates a new block on the network, and that new block gets validated and confirmed on that network. And when it is confirmed, it means that transaction has been validated. So And let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, this is also one form of the implementation of blockchain. Blockchain is not only used for transactions. It's not only used only in terms of cryptocurrencies, because these days when you hear about blockchain, the only thing that comes to most people's mind is Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of those other cryptocurrencies. But no, that is just one aspect of what happens on the blockchain. The blockchain the technology is actually vast and implemented in different sectors. For example, I picked up this supply chain. So one of the most very effective places where the blockchain is implemented is in the supply chain, where when a manufacturer produces a product, that manufacturer actually identifies that product with a unique ID and encrypts that ID and put it on a blockchain, where that product when a product, it begins where a supplier gives a code to a product that's from a manufacturer. Okay, a supplier gives a code. That is, you have these barcodes that is being used to identify products. Those barcodes identify specific products, and it gives also the price. It gives also, and it's also used in the inventory of any stock management. So in a warehouse, they use these barcodes to identify the amount of or the quantity of that product, what has gone out, what is left, in order to facilitate the management. So the manufacturer now meets the supplier specifications created. It means a supplier gives a request with specifications to a manufacturer. For example, I need a chair with a specific design, with a certain kind of foam and everything. So now that manufacturer uses that information or that requirement list in order to build your product. And now that product has a unique identification, which is now embedded in a barcode system, which can be traceable. Now that goes to a distributor. When a distributor receives that, with this barcode, this product, each of this product is highly traceable on the blockchain network. It means it's impossible to register a product and put the information on a blockchain network or on a supply chain, and that product gets lost on the way. It's impossible. If that product has a problem, then you would know exactly where the problem is coming from. That's how accurate the blockchain technology is. So this comes to the distributor in the store. Now the distributor has to dispatch this product now to the final consumer or the person who was ordered for this product. So this product is being delivered and is delivered now to the retailer or the final consumer or a store in this supply chain. So you now see that this information, beginning from the supplier, beginning from the request that the supplier sends to a manufacturer, that request is being, the information of that request is embedded, encrypted, and put on the blockchain network. And that information moves from the manufacturer to the distributor to the transport service, which is a logistics service, and now back to the retailers or the stores. Okay, so this is an example on how the blockchain technology is implemented in a supply chain. You would have the same thing even in a security system. Okay, so you would have it in the security everywhere that information needs to be protected. if you implement the blockchain technology, it is impossible to hack that system. Okay. Next, please. Okay, let's go straight now into cryptocurrencies. I know that this is when I meet so many people, the first thing they are rarely, especially except the technical guys, but most people are rarely interested in the blockchain technology itself. They would always be asking about cryptocurrencies, okay, because that is the key. But without the blockchain technology, there's no cryptocurrency. Because the cryptocurrency relies on that security that the blockchain technology provides. And that is why people are able to trust Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, and hold it, because they know that it is impossible to hack the system. No matter, even if it is a government, this technology cannot be controlled by anyone. It cannot be controlled by a government. It cannot be controlled by individuals, but only by the technology itself. So it is impossible to modify it. Now, we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency ever. We call it the mother cryptocurrency. That is the source where all cryptocurrencies came from. So it was invented or first put into the market in 2008 by a certain Satoshi Nakamoto. And this guy has been missing since ever cryptocurrencies came out. No one knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is personally. No one knows his whereabouts. So he's entirely anonymous since the birth of Bitcoin. And actually, cryptocurrencies were never meant to be. They were never meant to be currencies. They were. It was developed to be an alternative to cash. So it was actually developed to be an alternative to cash, which is a digital cash. But due to its advantages, it even surpassed it surpassed that. It became even more than that. It became a store of value. It became a means of exchange, or a medium of exchange. Okay, so now we have what we call altcoins. Altcoins are just another name for alternative coins, means other coins apart from Bitcoins. Any other coins apart from Bitcoin is called an altcoin. We have, for example, examples of altcoins such as Ethereum. We have Litecoin. We have Tron Coin. We have we have. There are so many cryptocurrencies. We have about we have more than 200, or even more than 200 cryptocurrencies out. It's just like you're having your fiat currencies. You have the CFA, which is not even a complete fiat currency. You have the US dollars, you have the euro, you have the Indian rupees, you have the yen, and many others. Okay, so these are other currencies apart from Bitcoin. Now we have what we call tokens, which are cryptographic tokens. Represent a set of rules encoded in a small contract. They call it a smart contract. Okay. Now, these smart contracts are created on what we call the Ethereum blockchain. Okay. On these smart contracts, you set some rules, and you set those rules and encrypt them in the smart contract. It means there's no one can actually access that smart contract and modify anything. And you now put the smart contract on a blockchain network. Okay, so these smart contracts, they serve as security. It's mostly, this is implemented in, for example, in contracts, in normal contracts. Okay, A smart contract is just like putting rules together and making sure that two parties follow those rules. And none of the parties can actually make any modification after those rules have been put on the blockchain network. Okay, now we have what we call stable coins. Stable coins are cryptocurrencies that are backed by fiat currencies. When I talk of fiat currencies, I mean currencies such as US dollars, euros, naira, and many others. So any cryptocurrency that is backed by a fiat currency is called a stable coin, because its value is always stable to that fiat currency. For example, we have the US Theta, the USD Theta. This USD Theta, the value of one USD Theta is equivalent to $1. Okay, so one USD Theta is equivalent to $1. Each time you're making the conversion between a USD Theta and another currency, it's like you're making a conversion between the US dollars and another currency. But now the difference is that this value is on the blockchain technology. It's on the blockchain technology. Now we also have what we call DApp. These are decentralized applications. This decentralized application that uses smart contracts. They use smart contracts for automation of transactions. So when you go on a decentralized application, you'll be able to swap one token to another without the need of any central body. You'll be able to transfer or to send from one token to another and get another value or another token. So these are called decentralized application on the blockchain technology. Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, now we have what we call, now we're looking into the differences between tokens and coins, crypto tokens and crypto coins, because tokens are not only used in the crypto world. Tokens, these are used long time ago, just mean small value of anything, a token. Just like before, you would call maybe a franc a token, just a small value of something. So, but in the crypto world, we call them crypto tokens, which are values of assets, which has been put into a smart contract and put on the blockchain technology. We can digitalize a land with the exact location of that land, exact GPS location, the dimension, and everything. Technology. It is impossible for that land to be frauded. It is impossible for that piece of land to be sold to two people, because each time that land is being recorded to a new person, it records it on the blockchain technology, and you cannot sell the same land to two people. So imagine we have to use the blockchain technology in order to for the sales of land, or the government has to use it for the distribution of land. It's going to be very impossible. It's going to be impossible, I repeat, for someone to sell a certain piece of land to two people. So you can see now, what is a coin? A coin is a digital currency similar to a physical currency. Most often when you talk about a coin, you will probably be looking at a physical coin. Like in CFA, you have 100 francs, you have a 500 francs coin. Those are the physical value or the physical representation of CFA. Now, if we have to look, if now there is a digital representation or a stable coin of the CFA, now you're going to have a digital representation of those values, but we don't yet have that. So we're counting on us, that is I included, and those taking part in this class. I hope that some of you will be building such technologies anytime soon. So now we have also, what are tokens? A token is a digital asset issued on a particular project. Okay, so most of these cryptocurrencies out there that you're buying, they are different. You would have the tokens and the coins in these cryptocurrencies. Each time a project is being tokenized, it is now called a token. When I mean tokenized, I mean that that project, its value is embedded in a smart contract and put on a blockchain technology, and it is available for people to exchange. For example, I'll still use a land, which could be a project. We could use a real estate, okay, where all the lands are digitalized. The value of those lands are digitalized, and even the buildings standing on those lands, they are evaluated and digitalized and put on a real estate blockchain. Now, when you're buying a piece of land on that blockchain, it is impossible for you to buy a fraudulent land, because the information of that land is going to be only to you because it's on a secured network. So that the information regarding that land has been tokenized. It has been tokenized, and now it has a digital value, and that digital value, that digital value changes according to the acceptability. So the more people accept that digital value, the more the value of that asset goes up. For example, why is Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin, going up? Or why has the value of Bitcoin been up lately before dropping? It's because, one of the reasons is because it is highly accepted. It is highly accepted because of the reasons we saw above: the security, the immutability, the distributed nature. So those are the reasons why people can depend on this. And the more people depend on this, the more people use it, the more people invest into it, the more value these assets they get. I would take an example also. There is this new agricultural platform, which is an application that manages farms, that manages cattle, every aspect of the agricultural sector. So this project has been tokenized and now put out on the market. It means anyone can benefit from that token, from that project. When you buy a token of that project, you actually end up benefiting from the value of that project going up. It means, for example, when you buy a token of this agricultural platform, each time this platform is implemented, each time people are using it and they are appreciating it and they are depending more on it, and more people are getting into it, the value of this platform will keep going up. And you're not participating into this platform in any way. You're not doing anything. You just bought a token and you're holding, and the value of that token goes up as much as the value of that platform goes up. So that is how you invest into cryptocurrencies. You buy assets, tokenized assets, and hold. And one of the mentality you should never leave behind is the mentality of long term when you're talking about cryptocurrencies. You always have to think in long term. When I hear people talking about making quick money on cryptocurrencies, I laugh, because when you have that mentality of quick money, you would obviously lose. You could be lucky, but you count the lucky people that actually do not master anything about cryptocurrencies and want a quick gain. So you should actually know what you're going into, what you're putting your money into, before you actually go ahead and put your money into it. Okay? Now, Another, the second point on the token, on the coins, a coin operates on its own blockchain with its own protocols. So a coin operates on its own blockchain. It means it has an entire blockchain on its own. Same like the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin has its own blockchain that it operates on. While a token, okay, a token like Dimitra or this agricultural platform token that I'm talking about, it runs on an Ethereum blockchain. It doesn't have its own blockchain. It depends on another blockchain in order to run. Okay, so the coins are purely used as a source of payment. So these coins are purely used as a source of payment, while tokens are used for payments and digital contracts. So coins are used for payments. They are not used for digital contracts. Digital contracts they have their own. For example, when we're talking of digital contracts, we have Ethereum, which is the key or one of the pioneers in the smart contracts or the digital contract blockchain. Okay, so an example of a coin, we have a Bitcoin, we have Ethereum coin, we have Litecoin, we have Dogecoin, we have EOS coin, we have Tron coins, there are so many of them. Okay, while when we go to tokens, we have Maker, Ugu, Kodomo. All these are tokens that are built on some of the cryptocurrency blockchain. So a token can only be developed from a cryptocurrency blockchain, while a coin has its own blockchain on its own. Okay, so these are the four main points we're going to look into when it comes to coins and tokens. And if you have any questions, just note down the questions and we're going to answer it in the question and answer session. And next, okay, Mr. Joybert, please, when it's time, please let me know. Okay. Now, how do Bitcoins work? How do cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoins work? For you to get to do anything with Bitcoin, it's entirely digital. So it's not something you can have a physical coin of it. If you see any physical coins, those are just medallions or representations of these digital coins, but the physical coins do not have a value. Their value is not equivalent to the digital coins. It means if you see a physical Bitcoin, you can never buy it at the value of the real digital Bitcoin. So there is nothing like a physical Bitcoin. Bitcoins are entirely digital. So how does it work? First, you need a wallet. A wallet holds your cryptocurrency or your Bitcoins, which you have different types of wallets. You have a desktop wallet, which is used on either a MacBook or on a Windows or on a Linux. So we have mobile wallets, which are the most common wallets nowadays. Mobile wallets are most used because of their flexibility. You can always use it as much as you use your physical money. You just need to have a scan of a barcode and you've done a transaction, or you just need a wallet address, then you've done a transaction. So you need a wallet. I'll give you some sample wallets or some wallets that you can actually use. So you need to download a wallet. For example, a blockchain wallet. We have a blockchain wallet. And also I prefer Trust Wallet. I prefer Trust Wallet. So when you download your Trust Wallet, you generate, the first thing that that wallet does is you create an account. When you create an account on that wallet, which is very easy and free, you do not have to pay any person or any money to create a wallet. A wallet is free, it's entirely free, but you have to pay for the currencies that you have to keep into your wallet. For example, you have these physical wallets where you put your money into. So there are also digital wallets where you put your digital money into. And in these digital wallets, some of these wallets carry multiple currencies, just same like your physical wallet. In your physical wallet, you can put your CFA francs, you can put your dollars, you can put your euro, you can put your rupees, you can put your yen, you can put any other physical or fiat currency into your physical wallet. Okay, same like your digital wallet. You have digital wallets now that has Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, USD Theta, and many others. Okay, so when you create an account on this wallet, you generate what is called a wallet address. That wallet address is like your bank account details. Each time you want to receive money through your bank account, you have to send your bank account details. Each time you have to receive mobile money, you need to send your mobile money number. And it is through that mobile money number that the money is being sent to you. Same thing in crypto. Each time you want to receive crypto, you have to send the wallet address of that specific crypto. If you take a Bitcoin wallet address and you send to someone who wants to send you an Ethereum, just know that you have lost your money. You have lost your money. You've lost your money. So make sure that when you want to receive Bitcoin, you send Bitcoin wallet address. When you want to receive Ethereum, you send an Ethereum wallet address. When you want to receive a USD Theta, you send a USD Theta wallet address. Okay? So when you send the wallet address and the coins are being sent to that address, you get a notification. And when you check your account balance or your wallet balance, you would notice that you've received some Bitcoins and you would find the balance in your wallet. Okay, so one of the important things about this wallet is how to protect your wallet. So each time you create a new wallet, you always need to make sure that you activate the two authentication option. You also need to make sure that you record and keep safe the backup code, because there is a code that you record, you take from your wallet. That code helps you to recover your wallet in case you forget your password, in case you lost your device. You just need to download another application and put in the code, and you will recover all your funds. Okay. Next, please. Okay. How do I start? How do I start with Bitcoin? How do I start with cryptocurrencies? How do I start with blockchain? I get this question every day. And when you want to start, the first thing I always tell everyone that approaches me regarding cryptocurrency is, each time you want to jump into cryptocurrency or blockchain, please make sure you get accurate education. Make sure you learn at least about the basics of these currencies, about the basics of this technology, so that you won't lose yourself, or you won't lose money while dealing into this. And this is the right time for you to learn this. As much as this technology is going mainstream, at some point it's going to be very, very expensive to learn it, because it is going to be the focal point in every aspect in terms of transaction and security. So each time you want to learn it, it's going to be very costly. So this is the best time for you to get into it. it's still very cheap for you to learn about it. Okay. So you have, you need a proper training and mentorship. Always make sure you have someone who has a certain level of experience and exposure, because I did not learn the blockchain from a specific person from the beginning. I just, since it was new, there were practically no trainers on it. The technology was just there. You just had to search for information on the internet, and you learn it your way. You make your mistakes. So I can assure you that I've made a lot of mistakes in this journey. And for the past years, with all the mistakes that I've made, I've been able to point out, to make sure that people don't make those same mistakes that I've made. Okay, so now we have what we call the Blockchain Association of Cameroon, which is an organization, a non-profitable organization that is out to empower the implementation of blockchain technology in Cameroon. So I am part of that organization, and we're also very lucky to have Mr. Joybert part of that organization. So in this organization, we are in touch with the government in order to see how to bring regulations in this environment. We are also in touch with different international partners in order to bring the right implementation of this technology in Cameroon. So there are, in this same organization, we are into partnership with different international institutions that provide the technical skills, that provide the education, that provide the regulatory frameworks that we are working around it. So this organization is one of the comfortable places where you, as a cryptocurrency enthusiast or a blockchain enthusiast, you need to be in such environments so that you get inspired every day and you learn new things. Okay, so find out more about the Blockchain Association of Cameroon. Then you also have online content. I talk about online contents because those are the easiest means in order for you to get information about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. But one very sad thing is, not all the information that you get online that is correct. But also, most of the information you get online has been tested in different parts of the world. And most often, that information is not directly related to your environment. You know, culture has a very high contribution in technology, because the culture has a role to play in the mindset, in the way people think. So each time a technology is being implemented somewhere, you have to look at the culture of that environment to see how to better adapt the technology to a better usage of that environment. For example, I'm going to take an example such as debit cards and credit cards and mobile money. You would notice that debit cards and credit card systems were very successful in the US, in Europe, and many other countries, but it was not successful in Africa. Debit cards and credit cards were not successful in Africa because of the culture in Africa. It was very difficult, and it was also very expensive to implement it. It was also very difficult for people to adapt to it. So, but you would notice that mobile money, which is not in most of these developed countries, has been a success and a key point in Africa. Mobile money has driven a very high rate of development, of financial development in Africa, financial inclusion, something that banks have not been able to do with debit cards and credit cards. Okay. Then we also have paid master classes. Most people love free, but I would say, and I think Mr. Joybert would join me on this to say, truly, it's not everything that you will get for free that you actually have the kind of value that you're looking for. If you're looking for basic knowledge, you obviously get it for free. You get it in seminars, you get it online, you get it in YouTube, but there are some tested experiments. There are some experiences that are being shared in paid master classes that you would never get for free. So endeavor to join paid master classes in order to get specific or high value or high quality knowledge. Okay. Also, join organizations or associations such as the Blockchain Association, or join groups. There are groups on WhatsApp. There are groups on Facebook that talk about cryptocurrency. So you join such environment, join such forums, such groups, and get acquainted. The more you hear about the news about these stuffs every day, the more you hear about explanation, the more you hear about people asking questions and others answering in these groups, you get to learn a lot, and you also build your confidence. And because one key aspect in this cryptocurrency world is confidence, and that confidence depends on the kind of knowledge you have or the kind of information you have about the cryptocurrencies. Like, if you don't have the mindset, the long-term mindset, that is the number one failure in the world of cryptocurrencies. So the long-term mindset is a key aspect, and that contributes a lot into your self-esteem when you're dealing in cryptocurrencies, or your confidence. Because sometimes you would see people who are very old into the cryptocurrencies, when the value drops, you don't hear them crying. They are very quiet. They don't make any comments online. They don't go on their status and start crying, oh, my money is missing. No, because they know that as much as it rises, it is also going to fall. And when it falls, it's going to rise again, because that has been its behavior. These cryptocurrencies are very, very volatile. It means their value changes every time. You could actually easily get very rich investing into cryptocurrencies. Like, you could buy some cryptocurrencies today, and because of the volatile nature of these cryptocurrencies, before tomorrow, this value skyrockets. Same thing like Bitcoin did a few months back. It left from $12,000 to about above $60,000. Okay, it left from $12,000 to above $60,000 in less than 3 to 4 months. So you can imagine the value that has been created, the riches or the wealth that people created in that period. Okay, even if you had Bitcoin while it was 12,000 and today it is $39,000 per Bitcoin, it was at 60,000. It has dropped now to 30 something thousand. Right now it's at 39,200 and something dollars. Because of its volatile nature, I cannot give you any accuracy. At each point in time, it keeps moving up and down. So when you put your money into crypto, don't put money that you need to use urgently. You shouldn't buy crypto with money that you shouldn't buy crypto with your school fees. You shouldn't buy crypto with your pocket money that you have to use, maybe your transport money to go to work, or maybe your house rents. No, you shouldn't use such money to buy crypto, because by the time you might need it, the money urgently, the value of that crypto might be down, and you'll be forced to sell it at a loss in order to pay for maybe the services that you're having an urgency to spend on. So don't use money that you need it anytime soon in order to invest into crypto. Okay. Now, one other aspect, you could learn everything about crypto, but if you don't take a bold step, if you don't take a risk, if you don't take a chance, you would never make a step. You would always, the crypto idea would stay in your mind, and it's going to be a mysterious something if you don't experience it. Okay, like I always say, when you test cryptocurrency money, you never go back. You would always want to test it. It means you would always accept it. You would always be a point of reference of crypto. Okay, so if you test it in the right way, you would never run away from it. But if you have to take your money and give to someone else to invest for you, my brother, my sister, you're not investing into crypto. You're investing into someone else. Means you're investing in another person's idea that they're selling to you. For you to invest into crypto, you have to buy those tokens or those coins by yourself through reliable exchanges. You have in Cameroon, you have reliable exchanges such as Creative Money. So Creative Money has been doing crypto exchange in Cameroon for about 2 to 3 years now. Okay, so you can always get your cryptocurrencies from Creative Money, and you can always sell your cryptocurrencies to Creative Money and get your cash. So you need a reliable exchanger. So you have to take the first step, which is by creating a wallet. So while I'm talking to you, I hope you've noted down. You have blockchain wallet, you have Trust wallet, you have Edge wallet, you have Binance wallet, and you have Coinbase wallet. There are so many of them, okay? But I will recommend you either use Trust wallet, blockchain wallet, or Coinbase wallet. You can use any of them, okay? Or you can also use Binance. In Binance, you have a variety of tokens and coins, a very, very huge variety. So you can always use that. So you create a wallet. After creating a wallet, you need to buy some coins or some tokens to hold. So you exchange your fiat, and the value, you would never buy Bitcoin at its value. You would always buy Bitcoin at a value higher than what you will see online. If you see online one Bitcoin is $39,200, you would never buy one Bitcoin in Cameroon at $39,200 equivalent in CFA. No, it is always going to be above that value. Okay. So now you buy a crypto, you hold, you spend, you donate, or you invest. Okay, so those are the steps for you to kick off. You have to create a wallet. You have to fund your wallet by buying a crypto and putting in your wallet. Now you either hold it, you either spend it in the form of transaction, you sending money to someone, or you donate. You make a donation maybe to an orphanage, you make a donation to a trainer, you make a donation in a masterclass on a YouTube training. You can do a donation, or you can contribute anywhere with crypto, okay? Or you can invest. There is what we're calling these days, we call staking. Means you put a certain amount of crypto locked in somewhere on a platform. Now, you will not be able to access that crypto within a period of time, but you have a fixed return on your investment. Means if they say you're going to have 1% of the value of you stake every month, that value is not going to change. It's always going to increase every month by 1%. So that's what we call staking. Okay. And that staking is built on a blockchain network. It means as you stake your value, that you cannot lose that value when you're staking it on a blockchain network, because some people could build websites which are not on the blockchain network, and they can fool you with it. So you have to do your background research each time you have to make any investment into blockchain. Make sure you ask for help. Make sure you ask for advice before doing any expenditures or before doing any investment into crypto. Ask for advice, get training, or get a mentorship advice. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide.
Okay, I think we pull on for today and continue tomorrow. 1 hour is gone for today's session, so that we can go to questions and we continue with part 2 tomorrow.
Okay, great.
All right. Thank you so much for those insights. Anytime you teach blockchain and cryptocurrency, it's always like I am learning from anew. Okay. So we have hands up already. And let's just continue. Yes, Honorine, go ahead. Shoot your question.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you for taking our time to talk to us on cryptocurrencies. You talked about tokens.
Yes.
And you said that tokens are backed by a project, and that the more people appreciate the project, its value goes up, and that's how the value of your token goes up.
Yes.
I'm a little bit confused with that reason or that, because I'll take an example, a concrete example. You see an online platform that deals, for example, you invest on a platform and you get paid in Bitcoins, and then at some point the platform says no, they have tokenized, their project or whatever, and now you're going to be paid in the tokens. I'll take maybe like patrons or carbon credits, whatever, any of those tokens. And you realize that immediately the token was listed, the value was kind of up there, and then the value keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. Now, what can be done, or what is it that the people on those platforms are not doing? Or is it that the projects that are placed to back those tokens are not viable enough? What's the real problem?
Exactly. Thank you very much for your question. I think this is a very insightful question. And this question is backed up by some loss of money. So first, most of these platforms out there, they are not viable. And I would answer your question with an answer that you already gave in the question. These platforms are not viable. See, the value of those tokens, tokens will reveal the real value of a project. It will reveal the real value. By the time Patron Pay didn't tokenize itself, its value, it could fool people. Okay, it could fool people that it's actually highly valued, while people are already, people have lost money on it. Some people are not able to get back your money, because one aspect about token is acceptability. Probably that project has been accepted, but the token itself that backs the project is not accepted. One of the reasons why this token might not be accepted is because of the swapping ability. Sometimes when it is very difficult for you to obtain a token, that is how difficult it's going to be for you to sell that token. And that is going to make the value of that token not good. Okay? So the value of a token depends on the value of the project. or depends on how people place their trust on that project. That is one. Another one also is acceptability of that token. How are people accepting this token? Is it having a real life effect in people's life? Are they experiencing something better than what they were using before? How is it accepted? So those points actually, it points out the fact that a token would be dropping or would be going down. If a token is released at a very high rate and it keeps dropping, that project is being devalued. Was I able to answer your question? Hello?
I think
Maybe network.
She has gone off network. Yes, hopefully she will fund the recording session. Any other questions?
Okay.
Any other question? I think Honorine is back. I'm sure you
Feel
love.
free to bombard your questions. I'm there for that.
My internet is unstable. I wanted, the question I asked was, sorry if somebody is already talking. No. Can I continue?
Yes, go ahead,
sure you
please.
can.
Yes, I was asking if you can give me an example of a project whose token you know is doing well, because I really want to understand, what do we call a viable project? What makes a project viable?
The viability of a project is, like I said, is the acceptability of the project and the acceptability of the token itself. Okay, if people cannot trust into your project, they will not buy your token and hold. They don't see a future in that token. They don't see a change in that token. Tokens like shitcoins, like I would call most of these fake tokens, because we also have fake tokens out there. Okay, those tokens, they are not backed by any viable project. For example, I would use this example specifically because it has a very high impact in the economy and the society, which is this agricultural platform that has a token. Now, when you think of agriculture, agriculture is something that never goes out. It's never outdated because people keep eating every day. People would always need to eat. And as much as the population of the world is growing very fast, the funny thing is that what is going to be used to feed this population is not growing that fast. So when there is a project which is in this sector, you actually see which actually brings value in this sector. It reduces cost, it increases the yield in agricultural products, it increases traceability in the agricultural products, that is from the farm to the final consumer. All these advantages contribute to the growth of a token. Okay, these advantages contributes to the value of a token. So a token that is backed by a solid project will always grow and probably might not skyrocket from one day to the other. It would always take some time to grow because it needs time to be accepted. It needs time to be understood. But it is always going to grow. Okay? I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yeah, somehow, but I have more questions.
Okay.
Let me allow other people to ask questions.
Okay, cool.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'd like to find out, are these exchanges built using the blockchain technology?
Please, can you present yourself first, so I know whom I'm answering to? Okay.
Okay. McDonald. The
Okay.
names are, all the names are all right.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was your question again, please?
My question is, are these blockchain built using, I mean, are these exchanges built using the blockchain technology?
Yes and no. I would say yes in the sense where some of these exchanges are built as a DApp, that is as a decentralized application. It means they're going to use the blockchain technology. And sometimes these exchanges or these platforms are not entirely built on the blockchain technology. Just an aspect of the blockchain technology is implemented in this development. It's not like you would build everything in the blockchain. No, you would actually build the other aspect of the exchanges with the different programming languages. But when it comes now to the flow of information, the securing the information on this platform, then you can now actually encrypt those information and put on the blockchain technology. And that aspect of it will be on blockchain, but it is difficult to see a whole exchanger that is built on a blockchain entirely. Not yet. Like I said, you would see that in decentralized applications only for now.
All right. Anyway, I asked because you mentioned that with the blockchain technology, it's not possible for one to hack it. We learned of the story of exchanges like Binance that got hacked, but I think your question answers it.
Yes.
The response you give answers the worry.
Yes, and let me throw some more lights to that. See, these platforms that got hacked, okay, the data, what gets hacked is access to data. You just need to access someone's login details and you have access to his account. And since the security steps that are implemented on some of these platforms are not advanced enough. For example, when you go to blockchain wallet, you would find multiple security steps. Okay, you'll find a two-factor authentication. You'll find the face identification. You'd find the fingerprint identification, and all these steps to do transactions. So if you actually follow all these steps to secure your wallet, it will be very difficult for your wallet to be hacked. Your wallet is different from the blockchain technology. Your wallet is running part on the blockchain technology, while part is just an application itself. So what I'm saying that it's impossible to hack the blockchain technology is like each time a new node is being created, it is impossible to go to that new node and modify anything. Okay, so that is different from the exchanges. Okay.
All right. So second question, you mentioned the blockchain association. So
yes,
interested, how could one get to join?
Okay, for you to join into the blockchain association, just get in touch with me after this, and I'll drill you, not immediately, but I'll tell you what to do, because this association is actually it's actually at that stage where it's being constructed. So not everything is already stable. We are still building. We're building from the administrative side of things. We're building from the entrepreneurial side of things, and ecosystem for investors to also be able to invest in projects. So the whole association is still under construction, but we accept new members. So get in touch with me after this, and I think I'll be able to help you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, one last question.
I have a question. This Hansen.
Yes, Hanson, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, sir, and thanks so much for the drilling. My question is, if there is no platform that is entirely built on a blockchain, does that mean that any of all these platforms can still be hacked?
Yeah, most of those platforms can be hacked if their security levels are not put in place. The platforms will be hacked, okay? But now it's because of someone else being able to access your account. It's like, for example, you have a wallet on blockchain wallet, and you give your login details to someone else to be able to access your wallet. Obviously, that person can take out money from your wallet, right? Like it was you. So that the sensitive information, which are the login details, if it is vulnerable, if it is left at the mercy of anyone, then your account will be able to be hacked. It's not like it was manipulated. It's just that someone has access to your account, same like you. Because if you make a mistake and you lose your password on the blockchain wallet and you don't have your recovery code, my brother, you've lost everything you have on that wallet. There is no way you can recover it. It is gone. It is just same like you trying to access another person's account. Okay?
Okay, sir. Then another question.
Yes, sure.
Okay, you said in terms of transferability, you cannot transfer money from one address to the other. Maybe use crypto address, Bitcoin wallet address, and you transfer to the other one you mentioned. That if you try that, the money will be lost. Okay, yes. Now you said where will the money be lost if all these things you said are highly identifiable? That is, money can only from one address to another without confirmations. How does it work if money can be lost attempting from one wallet to another?
Okay, thank you very much for this question. See, when you're transferring value from an identified wallet to a non-identified wallet, that value get lost because the wallet into which you're sending that value is not on the same blockchain. They are on two different blockchains. So they need an interoperability, which means they need a certain swap mechanism, which can actually exchange the Ethereum and give Bitcoin. So if you take an Ethereum wallet and you're trying to send Bitcoin into it, it will go out. Sometimes your wallet will identify that the wallet address is wrong, but not all wallets, because see, that now goes to the standard of the wallet you're using. Some wallets will identify that this is not a Bitcoin address and you will not be able to send it. While some that have very low capabilities, they would not be able to identify that, and you would have sent Bitcoin to a non-Bitcoin wallet. It means a new block has not been created. Confirmation will never be done. Okay? It's only when a new block is being created on the blockchain or a new node is being created on the blockchain that you have a confirmed transaction. So if you send a transaction that never gets confirmed, then that transaction has never been validated. It's lost. And since no transaction on the blockchain can be reversed, so it's impossible to even reverse that transaction. Okay, it is going to be recorded. Mind you, it is going to be recorded. It is going to be recorded on the blockchain that a transaction left and a value and everything, it left from this wallet to this other wallet, but it will never get confirmed because it is not on the same blockchain. Did you get that?
I got that, sir.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Okay, so tomorrow's another day, and I think you will take time and digest today's information. More questions may come tomorrow, very practical. And of course, I will make this available for you guys to consume again, all of that. So thank you so much, Rimsky, for all of these insights.